Wayne, we'll start with Moshe in Sydney on Saturday. Decided not to go to Moonee Valley. What was the decision behind that?
Yeah, we sort of, toed and froed. I think if Moshe was in Melbourne, he would have stayed here, but because he was in Sydney, we decided to leave him there. That's probably as simple as the explanation as you're going to get.
He was very impressive in late November, early December. What's he headed for this campaign?
No, nothing really. Hopefully a couple of wins, but we're just obviously trying to keep his record intact, and we all know what he's related to. He's the brother of the superstar, but he's won 2 from 2, so he's in a stakes race, and it's throwing him in the deep end a little bit because when you're a young restricted horse, you're on the minimum. You're not very well off at the weights, so. And obviously he could be running in a Class 2 race somewhere, so we're throwing him in the deep end, but it'll be a good leveler to sort him out come Saturday afternoon where we go with him after Saturday's run.
You've obviously had a lot to do with the horse. What do you think he's capable of in the future? What level of racing?
Look, he's, you'd like to hope he's going to get to Group 1 level, but there's one guarantee I can give you. Most don't make it. There's plenty of morning glory track workers that promise the world and pretty much give you an atlas, because that's how it happens out here at not just Flemington, every training track. But one thing about this horse, he's got a really good turn of foot, and when he quickens quick, and that's generally always the sign of a good horse. So he can only do what he's done. He's a lot more relaxed in Sydney. Colts don't get as excited come the autumn because obviously the testosterone's not as rampant as what it is in the spring. So he's a lot more relaxed, and because let me tell you, when he was here in the spring, he was a bit of a handful, but he's really gone to sleep now, so that's going to play to his advantage.
Saturday at Caulfield, you've got Dow Dow in the Futurity. How's he progressing?
Yeah, he's really good. He's got a good record fresh. His first 2 runs are generally his best 2 runs, and he's fairly forward for a first up run in the Futurity. So I was probably not as happy to see Gay Waterhouse as more joyous here, but if you took her out, it'd be a pretty even race. There's no Typhoon Tracy, which is a bonus for us as well, because our bloke ran second to Typhoon Tracy in this race last year. So his form stood up well. He's a last start B's, second in the Emirates, so he's going to run very well on Saturday.
Is he capable of cracking a Group 1 here in Melbourne? Because he's been close in pretty much all his attempts.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's a Group 1 placed horse, but he's not a Group 1 winner, so you've got to say he is a Group 1 horse. So as silly as it sounds, I think he's 7 years old, and this is the best he's ever come back. And I know you probably say you couldn't improve at 7 years of age, but the way he looks and the way he's going pretty good.
Horses like Zipping have probably proved that age is no barrier these days, as well as Takeover Target. What's the plan tactically for this horse on Saturday?
Just quickly, the oldest successful trainer in the country is Bart Cummings, and he's 81 or 82, so age doesn't weary, does it?
No. So what's the plan tactically for Dow Dow in the Futurity?
Mate, I haven't really got that far, to be honest, because I haven't really looked at the form and what barriers they are and everything like that. But the tactics will be to try and win, that's for sure.
Malaki Day was obviously a standout in the spring, winner of the Lexus on Derby Day, and then ran a terrific second in the Melbourne Cup behind American. How's he progressing, and what's his aim for the autumn?
First of all, he's progressing really well. He's done everything right. Very, very happy with him. Had a nice, easy trial the other day at Rose Hill. Thought about running him down here in the Futurity on Saturday, but he's still in Sydney at the moment. So whether he runs in a race like the Chipping Norton, maybe next Saturday in Sydney. But the biggest problem is to end up in the BMW. It's 6 weeks from next Saturday, so you'd nearly have to go Chipping Norton, 2 weeks to the Ranvet, 2 weeks to the BMW. So third up over 1.5 miles will be a pretty big ask. So it's all come round a bit too fast and a bit too quick. So you never know, we might change tact and run in a Queen Elizabeth, over the Randwick Carnival. It's a 2,000 metre race, but we will abort the mission if we have to, because it's all about the spring for this bloke. So he'll have less runs than more runs, but as I said, I suppose in a nutshell, a lot of it's up in the air, because it really depends when he kicks off to what he's going to end up in.